Welcome back to the deep dive. So, if your whole online strategy is still about, getting clicks from a search engine and hoping people find what they need on your site, you need to listen very closely. The rules have, well, they've completely changed. We're in the middle of this massive shift, and it's all being driven by generative AI.
That's the absolute truth. The old playbook, your SEO campaigns, that expensive static website you built, it's all becoming, frankly, insufficient. Fast. The game has changed. We're not trying to optimize for navigation anymore.
Right.
We're competing to, and this is the key phrase, own the conversation around your business, your niche.
And that phrase, own the conversation, that's everything. So this deep dive, our mission here is to give you the roadmap. We're going to unpack the strategy, the system you need, and maybe most importantly, why if you're not being cited by an LLM, you're basically invisible now.
It's so much more than a marketing trend.
Yeah.
It's a structural necessity. Because modern AI, it's quickly becoming the main way people find information.
Yeah.
The AI assistant is the new front door to the internet.
The new gatekeeper.
The new gatekeeper. Exactly. They're not just indexing your pages. They're deciding who's trustworthy enough to be quoted as a fact.
Okay, so let's start with that big why. The death of the static website and the rise of the AI assistant. We all know people are using these tools, but how does that really change the act of searching?
It changes everything, fundamentally. Because the user isn't doing the work anymore. They're not opening 10 tabs, looking at 12 blue links. They're just talking to their AI assistant.
And the AI is like this super concierge. It's not just giving you a list. It finds sources, it verifies them, it compares options, summarizes everything.
And here's the critical part. It gives a recommendation, a definitive answer.
And if your business isn't in that summary,
you're out. You're completely out of the loop. If the LLM doesn't see your data as reliable and easy to access, you just don't exist in that search. It's the highest stakes we've ever seen in digital visibility.
So if clicks and page views are the old way, what are the new metrics? What does success even look like now?
The metrics are totally different, AI-centric. New SEO is being cited by an LLM.
Oh.
New visibility is being the source that model relies on. And the ultimate goal, the new authority, is being the trusted data set for, say, a location or a product.
I love that contrast in the source material between the static and the conversational website. The static one is like a dusty brochure on a shelf.
Exactly, waiting for someone to find it.
Whereas the conversational site, it's alive. It talks, it explains, it guides you, it clarifies things, and it's always publishing.
And that static approach, that's the failure point. Imagine someone asking an AI, does this business offer X, Y, and Z? If your site is just a bunch of PDFs and landing pages, the LLM can't make sense of it. And if you can't answer, another site's assistant will answer for you.
Wow. And they'll probably use a competitor's data to do it.
They'll use whatever data is structured and available. You lose control of your own narrative.
So this is clearly way more than just slapping a chatbot on your homepage. It's an architectural change, which brings us to this 3-layer system to own the conversation.
Exactly. Now we get into the structure. This is how you go from being a passive website to a dynamic knowledge hub that machines can understand. It is built on 3 layers that all work together.
All right, let's dig in. Layer 1, the knowledge layer. You're calling this the business brain. What is that exactly?
Think of it as your single source of truth. It's a highly structured, factual, controlled data set. And it's not just text. For an LLM to use it, the data has to be organized. It needs a schema.
So you're not just writing the price is $50. You're tagging that number so a machine knows this is a price and this is the currency.
Precisely. It's a clean ledger. Product details, pricing, service info, your expertise, all structured so a machine can read it without ambiguity. Because every answer the system gives comes from here. Garbage in, garbage out.
Okay, that makes sense. The foundation has to be solid. So what's layer 2, the assistant layer, your conversational voice?
This is the interpreter. It's the AI that talks to the public. Its job is to take a messy human question.
Like full of typos and weird phrasing.
Exactly. And it translates that into a precise query that layer 1 can understand. Then it takes the factual answer from layer 1 and translates it back into a natural, helpful, human-sounding response.
So it handles the tone, the personality. It makes sure you sound like a helpful expert, not a robot reading a database.
Yes, and it maintains the flow. It can handle follow-ups, comparisons, all of it, making sure the answer is accurate but also delivered in your brand's voice.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate for a second. So far, it sounds like a very, very smart FAQ page. But here's where it gets really interesting, right? Layer 3, the publishing layer, the authority engine. How does a conversation become an SEO strategy?
This is the magic. This is the part that closes the loop and makes the whole system work. The publishing layer takes that clean exchange, the human question and the structured answer, and it turns it into a valuable, indexable piece of content.
Walk me through that. What does it actually create?
For every conversation that gets resolved, the system automatically generates a clean Q&A page. That page gets its own unique URL. And, crucially, it's wrapped in structured data that tells search engines this is a question and this is the verified answer to that question.
So, instead of me trying to write one blog post a week, the system is potentially creating hundreds of these hyper-specific authoritative pages based on what customers are actually asking.
That's it. This is what our sources call conversational SEO or agentic indexing. LLMs love this stuff. They're not just crawling text anymore. They're looking for structured knowledge points to cite.
And a fresh Q&A page generated from a real interaction just moments ago is way more trustworthy to an AI than a generic article from last year.
It's all about trust and freshness, which is the perfect lead-in to our next point. Freshness isn't just a bonus anymore. Freshness is authority.
Right, because these AI models are constantly learning. They want new information, updated facts, real conversations. A stale page just gets ignored.
And the beauty of this system is that it never goes stale. The audience drives the freshness. The moment a customer asks a new question, a new answer is generated from the knowledge layer, and poof, a new fresh page is published.
The content creates itself, driven by the audience. That solves, one of the biggest headaches in marketing, which is guessing what people want to know.
Your customers are building your authority for you constantly.
This leads to a really interesting point. If the content is being made for machines, then maybe our main visitor isn't a person anymore. The source material says the new customer is an AI agent.
It's a huge mental shift, but it's essential. More and more of your site's visitors won't be people. They'll be these LLM agents, research bots, AI shoppers.
So what's that agent doing on the site? It's not just browsing, is it?
No, it's conducting an audit. It has a job from a human user, find the best answer. So it's reading, checking prices, verifying services, comparing you to your competitors. It's looking for consistency.
And if the information isn't structured, if the price on the page doesn't match the data in the backend,
the agent sees that as a red flag. It's unreliable. If your site isn't structured, verifiable, and constantly updated, the AI agent just moves on. It won't recommend you to its human user. You're invisible.
And we have proof this works. The Sutherland Sally case study. Tell us about that.
Sutherland Sally is a great example. It wasn't a huge established company. It was a directory site. But by putting this three-layer system in place, they saw incredible results, fast. The system automatically generated over 100 of these indexed knowledge pages.
And the result.
The LLMs started citing it as an authority, without any traditional SEO work. So when potential customers asked ChatGPT about the site, they got back this glowing review, this detailed assessment, pulled directly from the answers the site itself was publishing.
That's it. That's the proof. It's building trust directly into the AI's brain.
It's owning the conversation about yourself.
So let's zoom out. This isn't just about Google, is it? This is about the entire future of how we find things online.
Exactly. We're seeing the rise of AI browsers and integrated assistants, tools that merge searching, shopping, booking. It's all becoming one single conversational interface.
So the assistant isn't a separate app anymore. The assistant is the operating system. The whole idea of navigating websites and clicking on URLs is sort of fading.
It is. In the near future, you'll just ask your OS, find me a plumber who can fix this specific thing and is free on Tuesday. The AI isn't going to show you 10 websites. It's going to find the 3 plumbers whose knowledge bases are the most structured and trustworthy and just give you the answer.
The businesses that survive will be the ones the machines can talk to.
That's the bottom line. So when you look at the value, it's not about short-term fixes. This system creates content forever. It builds authority without all the manual work. It future-proofs you.
You're replacing expensive manual marketing with a knowledge asset that just keeps compounding in value.
That's it. And the investment. You're not paying for a website anymore. A website is static. It depreciates. You're paying for ongoing authority. You're paying for the right to exist in an AI-driven future.
A perfect summary. We have to move from this passive web presence to active conversational authority using this 3-layer system: knowledge, assistant, and publishing.
It's the only strategy that aligns with where all of this is going.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought from our expert.
As you think about all this, consider this one question. If your own audience is now going to be driving your content and keeping it fresh, What is your fundamental responsibility, starting today, to get your own house in order? What steps do you need to take right now to structure your core knowledge to make sure your facts are clean and machine readable? Because that AI agent customer, it isn't coming. It's already here. That audit is step one for survival.